There is a war that has been fought for thousands of years, not between nations, but within the mind itself. Long before psychology existed, the sages of ancient India studied the same battlefield, the silent war between awareness and illusion, between the higher self and the restless mind. Their discoveries became the foundation of the Vedas and the Upanishads. And in their language, the battlefield had a name: Manas, the mind, and Atman, the self that observes it. Part 1. The restless mind. The Vedas describe the human mind as a river, constant, restless, impossible to stop. It flows through desire, fear, memory, and thought. And yet, most people mistake this flow for who they are. But the sages warned, the mind is not the master. It is the servant. When the servant begins to rule, the soul becomes lost in illusion, what they called Maya. Maya is not fantasy. It is the confusion between what is real and what only appears real. The thoughts, opinions, and emotions that control you, they are shadows of the real self, and awareness is the light that reveals them. Part 2. The Observer. In the Katha Upanishad, there is a story. It says, "The self is the rider, the body is the chariot, the intellect is the charioteer, and the mind is the reins. When the reins are loose, the horses run wild. But when the charioteer holds them steady, the rider reaches his destination." This was not poetry. It was a blueprint for consciousness. The chariot is your life. The horses are your senses. The reins are your thoughts. And the rider, that is awareness itself. The mind was never meant to be destroyed. It was meant to be guided. Control, then, is not suppression. It is mastery through understanding. Part 3. The Nature of Awareness. The Upanishads speak of Atman, the true self that remains unchanged while everything else moves. It witnesses desire, emotion, and thought without becoming them. Modern psychology calls this meta-awareness. It is the ability to observe your own thinking. But the Vedas went further. They said awareness is not just an ability. It is your essence. When you realize you are the witness, not the waves, the chaos begins to calm. And in that stillness, the illusion loses its grip. Part 4. Karma and the Chain of Control. Every thought, every reaction, every habit, they form patterns. The Vedas called this karma, not punishment, but repetition. You act according to memory, and memory becomes your destiny. Manipulators, systems, and even society itself thrive on these unconscious patterns. Break the pattern, and control returns to you. Awareness severs the chain of karma by seeing it as it happens. You stop reacting. You start responding, and the loop begins to dissolve. Part 5. The Inner Fire. The Vedas also speak of Tapas, the inner fire of discipline. Not punishment, not austerity, but focus. When the fire of awareness burns bright, illusion melts away. Discipline is not about control over the body. It's about control over distraction. To sit still in a noisy world, that is modern tapas. To focus your mind on one truth, that is strength. The ancient sages didn't leave temples. They left instructions. They didn't speak of gods ruling the world. They spoke of the mind ruling the self. The Vedic mind is not bound by time. It is a state of clarity, where thought serves awareness and illusion fades before truth. You do not need to believe. You only need to observe. Because awareness is not something you gain. It is something you uncover when everything false falls away. The war within the mind is eternal. But the victory was written thousands of years ago, and it begins the moment you remember. You are not the storm. You are the sky watching it.